Hey everyone, welcome back to my Python tutorial series. In this video, we are going to learn about errors and exception handling. Imagine this. You write a Python program, you run it and suddenly error. Red text everywhere and program crashes. Now what? Don't worry. Today you will learn how to handle errors like a pro. An error is something that stops your program from running correctly. Let's see one example. Let's say I write print 10 divided by 0. And if I execute it, I get the error. The error is zero division error because I cannot divide a number by 0, otherwise it will result into an infinite value. So we get error in Python when we divide a number by 0. So let us write one more print statement. My remaining code, let's say here is my remaining code. And if I execute it, since I got error at this line, I will not be able to see the output from my next line because my program crashed over this line itself and hence terminating the execution. It will not go to the next line. Errors are normal in programming. Handling them is important. To handle errors, we can use try and except. Let us see how we will handle this error so that my program does not crash and my remaining code executes as usual. Let us see. So we will use something called as try and except block. In the try, we can give my code which is suspected to give error. Okay, which is print 10 divided by 0. And I can give except. So if this line produces an error, then my program will go to the except section. So here I can write a print statement which says error occurred. Let me execute it. I get error occurred. I no longer get the zero division error, right? And if I have some line of code after this, let's say I have this print statement, and if I execute it, even though this line produced an error, my remaining code will continue the execution. This is the advantage of having try and except block. My program will not crash. My error is handled. Okay. Let us see one more example. Let's say I want to take input from user and I want a number. I'm expecting a number input from the user. So let me write enter number as a message to user. But in case user does not gives a number, if he gives something else, then I should get a error. So let me put the except block here and let me write a print statement saying error occurred. And the next line, since I'm receiving a number from the user, I can do print 10 divided by that number. Let me write one more statement mentioning that my remaining code executes. Let me execute it. Let me give a number 2. Enter. If I give a number 2 which is a valid number, my int function will convert it into integer and my code will not crash here. It will come to the print statement and it will produce 5. Division always results in a floating point number. That is why we are saying 5.0. Then except statement is not printed because I have not received any error in the try block. And my remaining code will execute as usual. But let's say I enter something which is not a number. Let's say I enter ABC. Now this int function will not be able to convert ABC to integer. Hence, I will get an error here. Let me try that. Okay, I need to press enter. Yeah. So my try block resulted into an error, which is why the except block gets executed and I get error occurred. Okay. And my remaining code still executes even if the error has occurred. That is the beauty of try and except block. We can also print or return specific exceptions. Let us see an example for that. Let us take the same code snippet here, and this time I want to catch a specific exception. Let's say I say zero division error. So in case the zero division error occurs, I should get a error, customized error, like cannot divide by 0. Fair enough? But let's say if I get any other error, let's say value error, in case my conversion failed. If I entered ABC here, my conversion or conversion to int will fail. I'll get a value error. Then I should get a message as invalid input because I'm expecting a number. And let me put this remaining code print statement. Now let me execute it. So now let me give a 0 here. Wow, I got the message cannot divide by 0, which is very clear to the user that he has entered 0, and 0 cannot be entered because this statement will fail. That is why I'm getting cannot divide by 0. Let me execute once again and let me give my same string so that my conversion fails. And this time I get the message invalid input because Python is expecting a number here so that it can convert to integer. In both the cases, my remaining code will still execute. This is how we handle specific exceptions. So in this try and except block, there are some optional blocks also, which is else and finally. Let us see. Let us take example of the same code block, and let's say in case no error occurred in the try block, in that case I will want to print a statement that no error has occurred. How can I do that? Just below the except block, I can add else block. So if I can get else, then print the message no error occurred. Okay, because if error will occur, it will either go to this one or this one. In case no error occurs, I want it to print no error occurred. That is why I'm using else block, which will be executed when no error occurred in the try block. So let me execute it. Let me give a valid number. Let's say 2. Now I'm getting this message no error occurred. But let's say I want to execute a piece of code irrespective of the fact that the error has occurred or not occurred. In that case, I can add a finally block. I can make use of a finally block. So if I print here program, let's say finished. Okay. So this finally block will get printed every time irrespective of the fact that the error has occurred in the try block or not. Okay. Let us see. If I give 2, no error will occur. No error occurred. Still my finally block is getting printed. If I execute it again and if I give something which results in error, still my finally block is getting executed. So else and finally are optional. We can make use of it as per need basis. So that is all with respect to errors and exception handling. Now it's hands-on time. These are some of the questions around errors and exception handling. Please do practice them and let me know in the comment section if you face any difficulty.